Hey everybody, I'm showing off my Xbox collection. Is the Xbox dying? Well, maybe, I don't know, but I'm a generation behind anyway, so I don't really care. I just have great memories of playing Xbox 360 mostly, and Xbox One as well, so that's what I'll be looking at mostly here. Yeah, I got this in 2008, the original arcade edition, and it doesn't really load games anymore, so it might be time for a new one. The only Xbox game I have is the Mega Man collection, which is pretty much all Nintendo games anyway, for the most part. So, yeah, it's a great collection, though. Obviously, I'm a huge Mega Man nerd, but on to the 360 now. And yes, here they are, the survivors of the old Xbox 360 days. So, mostly into shooters like Gears of War. I was a big fan of other exclusives, like the Forza racing series and stuff. Wasn't that big on Halo, though, so I don't have any of those games. But anyway, let's show off here what I got. Burnout Paradise, which has an awesome soundtrack and is a lot of fun doing jumps and stuff. But it's not the best in the series, though. I mean, it does get a little bit tired after a while. There was some pretty cool DLC for it back in the day. And Gears of War 2 and 3. I no longer have Gears of War 1. I must have traded it in a long time ago in Toronto. But that's okay, because 2 and 3 are awesome, and especially in the Horde mode and stuff like that. God, I remember the multiplayer days. Oh, so good. BioShock, this game I believe I got from my sister and brother-in-law. I think so, way back in 2008 when I got the system. And the Saboteur. Now, this is a game everybody should play if they can. There should be, maybe it would be nice if there was like an up-res version one day. But this was also the swan song for Pandemic Studios, I believe. It was their last big game. And Just Cause 2. That was a game I think I got from my old buddy Greg a long time ago. He was a big fan of those games, and I used to watch him play it all the time. Now, here we come to the classics: Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City, the first two, starring Kevin Conroy, the late great voice, the voice of Batman. The gameplay in this game, in both these games, in all the Arkham games really, is incredible. Wonderful gameplay, wonderful acting, and Soul Calibur 4, yes, with Yoda. So this was the Xbox version, which had the exclusive extra characters of Yoda and Starkiller as well. And we'll get to that in a minute. Street Fighter Ultra Street Fighter 4, actually. This is my favorite version of my favorite game of all time, probably. Just because I used to go online and kick serious butt, and yeah, I was on the leaderboards for a little bit, honestly, but that was way back in like 2010. But yeah, just so many great characters, and just incredible gameplay, and animation, and even the voice work was pretty good this time around. Sometimes it's a little cheesy, but it's always a little bit cheesy. It's always a little bit cheesy with the acting, but I dug it. And Street Fighter Cross Tekken as well, of course. And another fighting game, WWE 2K14. So, yeah, been a while since I played that one. Daniel Bryan on the cover. If you turn the cover over, it's The Rock on the other cover, so you can switch them if you want. But anyway, yeah, so those are the Xbox 360 games still in my collection. God, I miss those days. Classic. The next game I'm going to show off in my collection is The Force Unleashed, the first one, that's right, the Ultimate Sith Edition, here with Starkiller with a different helmet on, but yeah, it was very cool, great game. And here's the inside of The Force Unleashed, the Ultimate Sith Edition, the double disc packaging, and the cool image on the inside, the opposite side of the cover. And yeah, I'm not selling this. No, don't ask me. Nope, I'm holding on to these Steelbook games, just like Resident Evil 4 for PlayStation 2. That Steelbook edition, I'm keeping that too. So there's the instruction booklet for The Force Unleashed. And of course, it also came with these collectible cards here, these collector's cards. They're really just full-page images of all the characters, So that's cool. I dig it. And the back of The Force Unleashed. And yeah, you noticed that I'm not really showing off much of the backs of the packaging. I wanted to keep this video fairly short here, so you know. But I thought, what the hell, this is a special one because it's Steelbook and it's a collector's edition, right? So yeah, pretty awesome how you can control Darth Vader at the beginning of this game. I think he's on Kashyyyk, throwing Wookiees with the Force and stuff. It's pretty gnarly, yeah, and discovering young potential Padawan. All right, moving up a generation and back a generation at the same time to the previous generation from the current generation here in 2024, Xbox One. I got this from my brother-in-law, Daryl. Thank you so much. I love you, brother. Thank you a million times. This is awesome since he's got the new one, the Series X or whatever. But no, I'm so thankful. Great system. And here are my Xbox One games. So I'm just a generation behind, right? But that's financially a smart decision, I think. So yeah, I've never actually sold an Xbox One game. These are all my purchases that I've ever bought for Xbox One. Yippee, right? Like, who cares? But still, it's a nice collection, I think. Some good titles here, some darn good ones. Let's start with the ones that aren't worth much, though. This is a game actually I got for free from my buddy Marlon in London, Need for Speed Rivals, and the graphics are fantastic. Once you've played, through it a few times, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna play it anymore. Same with this old wrestling game. I still have it because I still have all the characters. I unlocked everybody. Probably purchased a few too. So I got all the classic wrestlers there, so that's why I keep that. And NHL 22 with Austin Matthews. That game is totally worthless nowadays. But on to the current one here, NHL 24. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of the NHL games, even though they don't really change much, every year, but that's okay. Gears of War 4 and 5, so of course I had to have those, and I've played through Gears of War 4. This is the special Steelbook Collector's Edition here. I've yet to finish Gears 5. I got too many games to kind of play, so as you can see, right, from these videos. But yeah, I love the Gears of War games, much better than Halo. The Metal Gear Solid series has always been cool. The last one I played was on PS4, which was Guns of the Patriot, so I'd never played the Phantom Pain, and I still haven't played it. I'm still waiting to finish other games so I can delete it and, the information and then, start a new game. Fallout, of course, everybody loves Fallout. The TV show is pretty darn awesome. Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition, despite the bugs, is a great game. There's a reason why they called it Game of the Year back in 2015, I think it was. Fallout 76, I've barely cracked that open. I've really been watching other people like my friend Jay play it and stuff, so I'll get into that later. Resident Evil 2, yeah, this is the remake, the up-res, of course. Brilliant work. This was the game that made you really respect remakes. I mean, there were good remakes on the GameCube 20 years ago, but that one is a classic, absolute banger. And the Tomb Raider games, of course. Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I have finished Rise of the Tomb Raider on PS4, or was it 3? I forget, but anyway. Brilliant game, my favorite in the series. Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, anyway. It's this sticker. I don't know if you can tell, but that's a hockey sticker. It says LNH for the NHL, the French version. Obviously, somebody swapped out the cases there. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I found it pretty challenging, and I still have yet to finish it. Yep. Batman, Arkham Knight. Yeah, this is the fourth game in this series, and I first played this on PS4, I believe. Now I've got it for Xbox One since my old PS4 kind of went to heaven, and well, it is still usable in a way, but I got rid of it. The Witcher Wild Hunt, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, yeah, great game. Definitely recommend this over the TV show, although the first season of the TV show is pretty good, I will say. Alien Isolation. Now, this is the game that everyone's getting back into 10 years later. And I remember watching my buddy Greg play this game on PlayStation 4, I believe. And yeah, wow, what an experience. And so I had to get it myself and play it again. I played it on PlayStation 4 and I finished it on my own a few years ago, and now I'm playing it again, and they just announced a sequel. Anyway, these are my Xbox One games, ladies and gentlemen. So pretty good ones. Recommend some more good ones to me in the comments below. And I just had to show off what the Gears of War 4 Special Edition, Steelbook Edition looks like when you remove the slipcover there. So pretty cool artwork here on this game. Man, I love the Gears series. So classic. And here's the back of the Steelbook version of Gears 4. Games on my Xbox One hard drive include Mortal Kombat 11, WWE 2K23, Hot Wheels Unleashed, and Mafia. Yeah, that's an awesome game. Very hard racing stage, though. And that's it for the Xbox collection video. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. And here's the last shot of the 360. I may not be able to save it. I'm going to try and fix the loading tray. We'll see what happens. Until next time, guys. Peace.